Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How you doing? I figured I would make a little video today showing off my Christmas decorations. Most of them are my crocheted ones. There's a couple that are like ones from my grandma and such that I just make sure is up every year. There's a few things I can't show you guys, like I have an inflatable dog, a reindeer, and a dog actually, that should be going up in the front yard, but right now it's still the ghost because we stay Halloween until it's Christmas time. So that's outside stuff is not up yet because my husband likes, well, he probably doesn't like to, but he does the outside stuff. I do the inside stuff. So the first thing, like, I unpacked all this already from the crate that came from downstairs just because there'd be a lot of rustling, because since it's in the basement, even though it's in a plastic tote, I always like put it in bags, tie that up, and then put that in another bag and tie that up and then put it in the plastic tote, just because like when my ex-husband and I were together, that basement was awful and everything was really basement smelling. Like, this is not that bad, it's just a regular basement, but the other one was not good. So I've like always just protected everything, as much as I can. So like I said, I've already unwrapped it. I'm gonna show you the couple things that are not crochet first, just because there's only like 2 in here. But this was from my grandma, and this, like, I remember this being on our door when I was like a kid, so like in the 80s this was a thing. There, I just dated myself. There's like a little bit of sprinkled on glitter up here, and it's just made of that, like, I don't know how well you can see the chip, plastic chip basically is what it's made out of, where the back is a lot smoother. But this always goes on my front door. We have 2 doors, like, if you've never noticed that in any of my vlogs. We have like we technically have 3 doors, but one of them's always closed, and that one just leads directly into the room that is Damon's, because I don't know, it was in the house like that when David got it. House with 2 front doors. But the actual front door, where this goes, because it's more weatherproof since it's just plastic, and like, even the string has lasted forever. This was a string my grandma had on it. So I haven't even tried to put anything else on it. I just left that. But then you walk in, and there's like, so it's like a little walk-in area, and that's where I keep that sign that you guys may have seen that counts down to Halloween and stuff. And then you walk into the actual front door. Then I have another wreath on the front door. I don't know, because this year I have my Halloween wreath. I bought it at Halloween, but it's like bats and twigs, and it just looks really cool. So I might see if this will hang like kind of in the middle of that wreath, since this one's so small and that's like a wreath size. But we'll see. So, because yeah, I'd like to keep that up. And then the other thing that's not crochet-y is another one of these chipboard things from back in the day that I just tied some random yarn to hang it up in a window. But it's this Christmas tree. I used to have like a Santa. I don't know if he finally just broke. I think like Menards still. I don't know where my grandma got this from originally. It doesn't say. It just says made in America with pride and tree. But I don't know where my grandma got this from, because I don't think there was even a Menards when I was a kid, and if there was, there certainly wasn't any in our town. So I'm not sure, but I think Menards used to sell these. So maybe I'll see if I can find another like vintage Santa, because that would be pretty cool. But yeah, here's the tree that I have. And then everything else is pretty much crochet. So I'll just start with what I've been talking about with the decorations. When I first learned to crochet, I thought that I was like super cool and could make like anything, which really, I mean, we can if we put the time and effort into it, right? Like, anything's possible. But I mean, I thought as a beginner I was just amazing, and I was not. And I took this wire coat hanger. Probably my ex-husband did most of this because it was hard. I remember it being hard to do, but and shaped it into a circle. So that was my ring. And he was at a doctor's visit or dentist visit one day, like it before Christmas, and I sat in the lobby and I crocheted. This is what I made. Like I just crocheted a string, or not a string, but you know, like looks like 3 or 4 rows. It looks like I did like single crochet up here, and like I probably got tired of that and then double crocheted down here. And I made that into a bow and tied it on. And then like this is that Red Heart holiday from like years and years ago. I'm quite sure I had this from my grandma. And I made, I don't even know exactly what I like. I obviously made along, or you know, the full back, and then must have like crocheted ruffles into the front loop or something. I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out if I wanted to make one better looking than that at some point. And then it looks like I might have just basically tried to crochet up, like insert red in there and crochet a puff into it, because the back of it is just where I started and stopped and tied off from each one for the holly berries. So I probably didn't even know what a puff was back then. And then I made a little hanger for it. And another cool thing I remember about this is when I was waiting in the lobby for it was the dentist. I was sitting there waiting, and this kid was like, it was probably a teenage boy, and he was just like staring, watching me crochet. And he started like asking me about it, and I pretty much told him like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but yeah, you can watch me. And he sat there the whole time he was waiting for his appointment or whatever and watched me crochet. But it's really sparkly, and this always ends up on that the inner door that I was talking about. Not because it's pretty, but because, I don't know, it's sentimental value, I guess. But there's my ugly wreath. And then when I was unpacking the wreaths, actually these were tucked in there, and I had forgotten that I made a couple for the tree, because usually these went in my Christmas cards. But this is just made out of that Red Heart thread that has like silver in it. I don't know how well you can see that. It is like glittery, but not, oh, there went some glitter. It is glittery, but just not a lot. And I know I used a pattern, because I wouldn't have made this stuff up on my own for sure, but like not then. But I don't know what pattern. I remember having several, like I found several free written patterns for snowflakes on line, not a YouTube video, but like a free written pattern. So this must be when I was starting to learn to read patterns. And then I also made, I still have a little bit of this string left, so I don't know how long ago this was made, but I made one in like this red sparkly too. And I had gotten that from a thrift store, so I don't know what kind of thread that even was, but I like it. It's got like a glitter in it. It's pretty. I probably still have it because I didn't want to use all of it making stuff, so I can make more later, but I had like one ball of it. I remember that, and I still have a little bit of it left. And then when I lived with my ex-husband, I had this cool tree skirt that it was a free pattern on Yarn Inspirations, I think. Most of the stuff I don't have the pattern for, by the way, because like I'll try to find it and link it if I can find it. But it's been a long time since I made this stuff. When I was married last time at my home, like 2 homes ago, I made this really cool straight tree skirt, and I was really proud of it, and I made it in like red, white, and green, but I made that granny stitch one that I think Mikey made from the Crochet Crowd, where it was like, it was almost a square, but it flared out just enough to make it a circle. I'm sure you guys all know the one I'm talking about. I was so proud of that thing, and I think my ex-husband kept it, or the place we moved into afterwards, the kids took it. So when Winston and I were living, we had to move into a place so he could be with me. Yeah, anyway, that place wasn't cool. But so I made another one. I'm not even sure, like, it's a pretty basic, this is only in half. It is bigger. This was made, I do remember this was made with Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, and it's in the sparkle green, the sparkle white, and the sparkle red. See, like, if I unfold it all the way, see, it's got this really pretty top part, and I'm quite sure this was, actually, I can't say this was a video, but I don't know what this, I don't know where I got this from. If you recognize this pattern, let me know. But I'm sure it's easy to find, honestly. Let's see if I can. But there's my tree skirt. I'm probably gonna have to put this under the tree and then put, like, the dogs have a couple, like, thick blanket beds that are laying around for them to lay on, if nothing else, because Lindy's, you know, old and wants to just go where she's going and then lay down. So I'll probably lay this down, and then the edge of it will have the dog blanket on it so they don't catch their nails in it. But there's my tree skirt that'll be on the tree. And I have a set of stockings, like, last but not least, because there's a lot of different stockings here. Again, I had the pattern for this stocking on my computer for a long time. I know it was a written pattern, but I don't know from where anymore, because I've since replaced my computer. It was just a link, so I don't know where it's at now. But all in the same Hobby Lobby I Love This yarns, I made, like, basically color-coded stockings. And there's one. There's the heel over here. With the black, it's a lot harder to see. I have some that I have different colors on and stuff, so you'll see that in a sec here. But this one is David's stocking because he likes black and he does like green. So I made him a black and green one. See, and, like, the stitch pattern, there's, like, some different stitches in here, and it's got, like, a cuff that rolls down. And then this was not part of the pattern. I think I just made these. I don't think there was a pattern for these, but I like the look of the holly leaf, and everybody got something on the corner of their stocking. So that one is David's, and then this one is mine. So they're similar, but they're a little more color in mine so that we can tell them apart. And then this one we had, when I got divorced and moved into the other house, my very best friend, who's still my best friend, I know Damon's my best friend also, but Brian, it's so weird calling him by his first name because I usually call him by his last name, but I don't want to put his full name out there or anything. But Brian, which maybe in my early videos he's walked through the room and I've introduced him or something, I'm not really sure, because he moved in with me in this other house, because our plans were we were going to get a house together and just, like, live together, be roommates together. But then I re-met David and things happened and we moved in together, so Brian moved in with us. So he had his own stocking, and I actually need to ask him if he would like it, because it just got packed away last year and then he moved out the beginning of this year. So his was basically made the opposite of ours. He likes green, and so I made his green and black. Also, it's like the adults got the holly leaves, I don't know. So that was Brian's. And then the kiddos, girl child got a snowman, and their stockings were white. And then she likes Michigan State, go Spartans, takes after me. So she got the one that's mostly green. This was her reasoning when I presented them, and she got to pick, I guess. So, but that's her stocking. And like I said, I just made up this little snowman guy to applique onto it. And both of the kids got a snowman. Here was basically the reverse colors for her brother, for boy child. And then I made 3 stockings for the doggos with a red theme. And this one was Lindy's. The dogs got snowflakes. So here's Lindy's red with green on it, a little bit of white. And here was Abby's white with a little bit of green and a snowflake. I'm trying to see, are these the same? I don't think these are the same snowflakes. And I think I might have followed a pattern because I can't imagine me making a snowflake by myself. So somewhere there's probably a pattern for this snowflake too. And then this one was my Winnie Pooh's that I unpacked this year. Don't know yet. Like, I might just put it away. I don't know. Maybe I'll hang it up and maybe I'll hang it up and put the stuff that he liked in it for the girls to have later, so he can be a part of our Christmas. But he got the multicolored one, and I think that's actually everything that that I made. In a minute, you guys, this was your favorite, right? The ugly wreath. This is actually maybe my favorite. Just because of sentimental value, absolutely not because of aesthetic at all. At all. And then obviously I've made the Santa hat back here that Frankie's rocking. I've been wearing my black one in Vlogmas. But yeah, so that's the homemade part of my Christmas decorations. And yeah, that's it. So I will let you guys go, and I will see you for Vlogmas later on. I love you guys. Bye.